Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is New York City. As you can see, I'm standing in the middle of Times Square at almost 8 p.m. on a weekday, and it's almost completely desolate. There's a lot of confusion around the world, and I have to say I am just as confused as everyone else. We walked an hour down to Times Square. Yep, that's right, I haven't stepped foot on a train since my last shift on the 12th of March. And as a whole, subway usage is down a massive 93%. This is a very different place from the place that I first moved to 2 years ago. The only people that are really around me right now are medical staff, a group of New York firefighters, NYPD, and 4 other odd people like us hanging in Times Square. I asked a couple of nurses for some insight into their time here. Let's see what they had to say. Have you come into the city to work for this? Where are you from?
Texas.
And how long have you been here?
For 11 days.
How are you finding it? Is it what you expected?
It's better.
Yeah.
Still sick patients, but it's getting better every day.
What's it like in the emergency room? Is it quite frantic
Well,
or?
the emergency room slowed down because you don't have much of the riffraff that usually comes that isn't sick. So now it's all sick people, but so everyone there is actually really sick. Yeah, it's easier now because it's more prepared.
Okay.
It's not like congested with a bunch of people that don't need to be there.
Yeah. And how are you finding it? Are you from the city?
No.
Oh, and have you come from Texas as well?
No, I come from North Carolina.
And how long have you been here?
I've been here for about 11 days.
11 days?
It's challenging, but it's good to be here. It's really nice to be able to help. It's good to see that the New Yorkers are doing what they can to stop, help stop the spread of it. So if they don't see it, people don't understand what it is.
Yeah. And
it's scary.
Because I come from Texas and I was like, oh, that's not how it is. But when you step into there and you see, it's a lot. And that's what I tell people, I'm like, it's a lot more serious than you think.
North Carolina are seeing slower cases. I know the county I'm from has very few. But I think if they see what was going on here.
I think people really need to understand what's going on here because of the amount of cases.
Healthcare workers that I know from North Carolina, they don't get it.
Yeah.
My family still, my sister-in-law thinks this is a hoax, and I'm like, it kind of upsets me, like it's not. But,
Thank you so much for coming and helping out. I've never seen the city this quiet. Even at 4 a.m. when I'm on my way home from work, there are more people around than this. I would love to know where you guys are watching from. What's it like in your city and how are you coping? Comment down below and I'll reply to all responses in the comment section. New York is doing the best it possibly can with $25 million dedicated to the Nourish New York initiative to purchase food and products from upstate farmers and direct it to food banks across the state. They have also given out 2 million bottles of hand sanitizer across the state. So this is a typical day, going outside, have masks on, can't leave your house without a mask. Most places are closed, except for the liquor store. That is the first time I've ever seen this Apple store empty. Only security guard is in there. Wild. Like in most places around the world, all non-essential businesses were forced to close. This means that most of my favorite places are closed and most of my friends are unemployed. I think around 1.3 million people are currently unemployed, and I just want to give a big shout out to my flow room honeys. I miss you girls heaps. I will say this footage right here, this is of grocery stores in New York. We are lucky enough that we have a lot of options in New York, and we actually haven't stepped foot in a Trader Joe's, so we haven't been hard pressed to find anything. Now here are some stats for you. New York City has a total of 171,000 confirmed cases, with New York State at around 321,000 confirmed cases. It's definitely a weird vibe over here right now. Loads of confusion and fear, but you really see how New York bands together during a crisis like this. What can I say for those stuck at home right now? Well, try to stay active. I've been taking online webinars and free courses, and I have a few links that could be useful to you in the description below. Try to remain positive. I know it's a hard time, I get it. I'm a whole world away from my mum, and I've been trying to keep busy since mid-March. I would also like to give a big shout out to all of New York's essential workers. Thank you. Guys, if you are going to wear face masks while you're outside, make sure that your nose and mouth are covered all the way down to your chin. Avoid touching literally everything if you can. And bring hand sanitizer with you. It's the sound we hear all the time, especially now.